What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Conversation Lab. I'm D House here with Jay and Mike, and Jim is still kidnapped, it seems, as our lovely live chat members only club has pointed out. How we doing, guys?
I'm tired. I know
Tired.
that's a great start to a podcast, but
Happy Monday. I'm
yeah,
tired.
this is like my seventh day in a row waking up before 6 a.m. and I've been going to bed a little too late too. So I mean, it's half my fault. The going to bed too late part's my fault. I'm gonna blame the 6 a.m. part on both my dog and my 2.5-year-old. They can share the blame.
That's
And
fair.
I thought I was safe this morning. I woke up. I was like, man, I really have to pee. And I look over and like my son looks like he's asleep. And the second I get out of bed, Dada, where are you going? I was like, are you kidding me?
They know. They know, man.
So yeah, it was over. So I'm
Yeah.
I'm trying to drink as much tea as humanly possible today to keep myself
Hey,
awake.
well, Mike, that would be a great something to put in a nice unplayable mug. It doesn't seem like that's an
Yeah, it would
unplayable
be
mug
great.
like
It would be
mine.
great.
What happened?
Yours is surprisingly intact. I got mine delivered and instantly shattered it. I took it out of the box and just instantly it
Drop
just
it,
like
yeah.
it broke. Like
Oh, God.
like
R.I.P.
I don't even know what happened. I just like tapped it against the counter, like my countertop, and it just shattered. It's just gone.
I love it. I love that it's like a little bit like it's not the small little mugs. It's yeah.
Oh yeah, a little taller. I believe there are two sizes that you can choose from when you order those. So
Mm.
you might have the bigger size, David.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I
You
did
get the
order because
14
I like a
ounce, I
lot of
think.
coffee. I don't want a little coffee. I want
Yeah,
a
you
lot
want
of coffee.
yeah,
And I do
understandable.
have my unplayable coaster.
I do have that.
Will.
I do have that. So at least we're halfway
Yeah.
there.
All right, so we're kind of alluding to it, but we opened the members only club a couple weeks ago, and part of one of the tiers is hopping in live to our recording session. So we've got several members who are basically recording this with us. They are creating content with unplayable. So
Yeah, it's
I
really
love it.
fun.
I love the audience interaction. It's fun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's super
keeps
fun.
us on our toes. That's
Yes.
for sure.
And
Yeah.
if you want to have fun with us, check out the link in the description and join the club.
Yes.
Yep.
Unplayable.gg. Lots of cool stuff.
Also, shout out to all the moms out there. We just had Mother's Day over the weekend,
That's
so
right.
that was exciting.
It's good. It's good. Our group chat was surprisingly quiet. I think we were all
Very.
Yes,
loving
it was
the
literally
moms
dead
in
the
our
whole day.
lives. It's like the first day we went 24 hours without saying anything. I think we were very present with the moms in our lives. So
Yes,
that was
very
good.
Yep.
important.
That was good. All right, you ready to dive in?
Yes,
Let's do it.
we are.
Well, guys, I went to my first ever PQ on Saturday.
Ooh,
Surprisingly,
tell us about it.
yeah, so I was glad to go at Pastimes. I was supposed to go in set 2, and my kids got crazy sick in Pneumonia City over here. And then set 3, they picked the one weekend that I was traveling for work. I rarely travel for work, and it was like the one weekend. And so I couldn't do that. So finally, set 4, I finally got to go to PQ over at Pastimes here in Chicago. And dude, it was awesome. It was a great day. I won the whole thing. I've got my, ticket to I'm just kidding. I did not win. Did poorly, but had a great day. Hanging out with I forget the final total. It was advertised as 140 tickets. I think we ended up with like 120 people. I don't know.
That's big.
It was a very full place, but it was great. I mean, the event was efficient. Like everything ran really great. Like I didn't hear any negativity. I didn't hear any weird judge calls. Like
Nice.
it was just a good day of Star Wars. People were having fun. Late night was streaming. Even the stream, the computer like weirdly just died and wouldn't charge. And so, but someone had a laptop and they like went and got their laptop and like replaced the laptop
That's
so we
cool.
could have a stream uh and so that was really good. There was a Han 4 pilot deck that made it
Yeah,
to
that
top
deck was
8
wild.
on Lake Country. Everyone was sort of like hyped about it.
That
So
was awesome.
Yeah, that was
yeah,
it
I
was that was
loved
fun to
seeing that.
watch.
yeah.
His games were crazy.
Because I love that Han pilot leader,
Mhm.
and like no one's playing it, so it's fun to see it actually play. And then also like Lake Country coming out of nowhere. It's always
Yep.
cool. It's like Leia Lake Country. Now it's like Han Lake Country.
Yeah. I
Yep.
think I texted you guys that night. Like it just made me go into like like just a deep think take of like what else could be good on Lake Country that we're
Darth
not
Revan,
playing.
obviously.
Yeah, of course, of course. I like
uh
yeah, the meta feels just wide open for decks like that to be able to perform, which is
Spike,
so
yeah.
cool. It's like
yeah.
I feel like every weekend that these big events happen, you hear about some crazy new deck that like somebody's discovered. It's
Yeah.
exciting.
And I lost. Okay, well, I'll say this. I lost 2 games where, like, all I needed was 1 action. They had exactly lethal at 30, and, like, so it just I kept thinking, like, okay, like, it was exactly 30. Like, I was stabilizing, I was turning a corner, and so I was like, "Man, should I have been running Colossus or Lake
Mhm.
Country or, would that have changed it, for me?" I don't know, but
What deck do you bring? Did you bring, and
yeah.
how'd you end up on it?
All right, so I ran Han 2 blue on a 30 Dagobah
The
30 health.
classic,
So basically running back Gen Con, that whole thing. So all right. So Jay and I were running some games last week. And it was Friday morning. I was like, I
We
really gotta
were.
lock this in. My week of work last week was absolutely it was probably the craziest week of the last year for me, which is unfortunate. It was not, it was like all emergency stuff.
Mm.
So I just did not have much time to test. And who knows if I would have tested that much anyways, but you know, got to Friday morning. I had been running Han 2 yellow because I had this theory of like if you just throw all of the discard cards in a deck, then and like play a strategy where you're just taking all their options away from their hand, whether they're running aggro, mid range, or control. Like, isn't that a good thing? Like, isn't that a
I mean,
isn't that a
if they just flip the table and leave because they're frustrated, like you don't even have to win the game.
Exactly. I mean, that's what
um
I'd do.
So, it was just weird. I had been running all week there, but it was such a swingy deck. Like, I would have, like, a 2-hour session where I wouldn't drop a game, and then I would play 2 hours where I'd, like, win 1 game out of 7, and I was just like like, I and it'd be all different decks, like,
Mhm.
no consistency,
I
and
I feel that way about every deck I play, though.
Yeah,
yeah.
I have that
Every single
experience a
deck I
lot.
play. It's just because I feel like this game has such spiky, like, action sequences. Like, if you do one wrong thing and your opponent capitalizes on it, they get so far ahead, and
Mhm.
sometimes.
Yeah,
So it's
Yeah.
just, like, learning every single matchup and what they're doing, and it's,
Yeah.
like, way too much.
it is crazy. I feel like especially now, I didn't notice this as much in the earlier days, but y- like the one mistake that you make, no matter how small it is, like just absolutely snowballs out of control.
Yeah.
And yeah, like you don't have wiggle room.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's exactly right. And uh I think that's why you see the people who succeed in this game are the ones who have the discipline to play 100 games,
Yeah.
plus of a
Mhm.
deck so
Yeah.
they know they just learn those things. Like it just takes it we have a joke in our local store like every time we do like a pre-release. It like someone does something stupid, and it's like we all have that moment like, well, I'll never do that again. Like because you just do something you're like, oh, I didn't know that was a thing, or yeah, that was dumb,
Mhm.
yeah. So I part of me I'm like I don't have that level of patience to sit with a deck that long because I'm ready to go play Dooku Yellow and like Mr. Bones. Like I
Yeah.
can't I don't know like so there is that level like yeah, I
That's
love
why
to
you like
compete.
limited.
I do. Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. It is why I like limited. It's a different deck every time, and I don't have to think about the deck beforehand or afterwards.
Yeah.
That's why I loved
That's
Keyforge.
awesome.
Honestly, that's why I loved Keyforge.
Yeah, yeah, makes sense. That tracks.
So anyway, so I basically got frustrated enough that I was like, you know what? I love Red Hero. I love Blue Hero. Like, let's just do it. I was 50-50 on Cheer It. I really was. I was like, if I run Cheer It, I don't have to think at all. Like
Mhm.
that is a deck I've played hundreds of times. And so I'm like, I could run Tarkin Town, I could go Data Vault. I said, but I was a little nervous about all the upgrade hate in the
There's
meta
a
right
lot
now.
of it out there, yeah.
And Chariot can win without Jedi
Eh,
lightsaber, but it definitely is a lot harder to do. So I just was like, man, do I really want to? like make that risk or have to make those decisions. I don't know. Is it just not like is it basically just too slow for Sabine and not fast enough for control? Like so, I chickened out. I didn't do it. Maybe I'll do it for regionals to say I did it because I'm not winning that either. But I ran it and was running like a rebellious hammerhead kind of version where you're basically trying to drop that ship at 5 as a 5/5 and you do damage equal to the cards in your hand. So you're drawing a lot of
That's cool.
cards with that X-wing and Queel, and you're just able to draw lots of cards. So hammerhead usually hits for 4 to 5 damage, nuking it. So you've got rebellious hammerhead at 5, Luke at 6. Oftentimes, like a redemption or a Chewbacca unit at 7, crate at 8. So had to. I was hoping I would run into non-aggro decks because I think it is very good against those non-aggro decks.
Mm-hmm.
And 3 of the 5 matches I played were aggro, like 2 Sabine ECLs and 1 Han Yellow, and I just couldn't slow them down. So
Yeah.
went 2 and 3 and dropped. Beaten Anakin Colossus and Boba Pilot Yellow. I did feel bad about it. I was like, man, I suck at this game. And then Jim did point out that my 2 Sabine losses were to top 8 players. Like they were the 2 Sabine players and they played each other in the top 8. So when I think about 120 players and I played 2 of the top 8 and those are my losses, like, okay, maybe I'm not the worst player in the world, but maybe I'm just like less than average, So
I don't think that's true. I think you're for sure above average, but
oh, you're so
sometimes
kind.
you just get spiked by Sabine.
Yeah. I did take 1 game off of Sabine. But yeah, it was rough out there.
Did you
So
play that Chewbacca one time in the tournament?
the Chewbacca unit.
Yeah.
Oh, multiple times I played it.
Nice.
Sick.
Yeah.
I love that Chewbacca.
Oh, it
Yeah,
came
he's
in
so good.
huge. Actually, it was really funny against Boba Pilot. It was such a it was like a direct counter because I would
Oh yeah,
play it.
because it has grit, right?
Oh yeah, I would nuke something and then like he would trigger indirect. I'd be like, okay, and I just
You're
put
like,
it on
sweet.
Chewie, and he was just sitting there like,
That's awesome.
like what? Like it. So eventually, I just like one shot with Chewie because he just kept soaking up all the damage.
That's so cool.
It's a 410
Nice.
with grit.
Nice.
But yeah, great games all around. Every opponent was awesome. And then yeah, ended up dropping, and I was gonna play some Twin Sons with Ron from FFGOP. He was there because he still lives locally, and we got
Oh,
to
nice.
talk. We got to talk a lot. He's really excited about the Gen Con events that they're doing, the stuff at Galactics. We're gonna have some good conversations with him. I know it. But we were gonna play Twin Sons, but then like there was like a whole draft pod that was like waiting to fire, and it was like Twins. So we drafted. And I loved, and that makes me more happy. Anyways, I had more fun drafting than playing Premiere. So
Yeah. Nice.
That makes
that's it.
sense because that's the fun.
Yeah.
That's where the fun is.
It 100%. It's so good. So
The
yeah.
I heard that they're doing a Gen Con, speaking of that, showcase draft where every pack has a showcase in it.
I saw that too.
Yep.
That's really crazy. And you get to keep them.
Yep.
If they're doing that at Gen Con, I feel like there's a good chance they'll do that at the Galactics too.
Yeah, but
Because they're like a week
well,
apart,
I guess.
right? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, there are going to be a lot of Star Wars Unlimited fans that don't go to Gen Con because they're going to the Galactics. So, I mean, my fingers are crossed for doing it because I will absolutely be participating in that.
Yeah. I wonder, like, it won't be an on-demand thing, obviously. So
Yeah.
you'll have to get a slot.
Mm-hmm.
How many people do you think are going to be at Worlds?
Oh,
At least
God,
1,000, if I had to
at
guess,
least.
right?
Yeah, that'd be tough.
I wonder
to
how
get
many
in.
tickets they've sold already, and it's not even like here yet.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I did draft. I drafted Vader Blue. I actually drafted a Thrawn. I think because I had to. I think it got passed to me, and I was like, maybe I'll just go for Thrawn. Maybe I'll just literally any when defeated thing that gets
Just
passed
get
to me,
'em all.
I'm just gonna grab it. And there are not that many when defeated effects. Like he
It's
he
a
felt.
bummer.
I did get 2 of those 6
Huge
cost
bummer.
ships that when defeated heal 3.
Mm-hmm.
But like I didn't see. I was like, dang, I really was like trying to go for Thrawn. Ironically, someone else in the pod was drafting Thrawn, so I'm like, maybe that's
Nice.
why they took everything. but I did take like a hyperfoil dogfight in like
Oh, nice.
my third pick or something, mainly because I looked at I looked at some people outside the draft. I said, "There's better cards, but I really love Dogfight as a card, and I really want this Hyperfoil." They're like, "Do it, man!"
Yeah,
And I actually played it, and it was awesome. It
nice.
went great in the draft. So sometimes the cool cards are also the good cards.
It's great when that
Sometimes.
happens.
Sometimes, yeah, sometimes. But yeah, Han Green ended up winning the event. So beat Jim's nemesis, Christian, the
Yeah.
Bo-Katan player from Gen Con, who was running Cad Blue,
Yeah,
which
that
was
Cat Blue deck looks sweet.
yeah, looked pretty spicy in the end. So
It did. It won the first game, I think, too.
Yeah,
It was like
mhm.
won the
yeah.
first game and then lost the second too.
Yeah, there was a chance to win the second game, but I think there was some miscalculation. Like there was a point where he could have like had Bane to steal all of his opponent's units, but uh, I think maybe didn't realize that he had that he could have stolen all of them. And if he
If he
had, I
did the
think
ping
the outcome
first
would have been different.
or something.
Like he had 8, like there was 8 health on the board
Uh
on the other side. But maybe just miscounted. Which I mean, Cad
Dang.
Bane is like a lot of that, just like math
Math.
and like recognition of like, okay, ping here, deal this much damage, and they're gonna have this much
Say
left, and all that stuff, and
say
like the
less.
order of
Never running
stuff.
Cad Bane.
Like for some reason, I love playing Cad Bane, even though I hate math. But I don't know. It was
Yeah.
really fun to watch that deck perform.
You know, ironically, when I got home Saturday night after the PQ, similar to Mike, like I wasn't burnt out. I was like
Yeah, you're.
deep into like what should I build?
What late country deck should I build?
I literally started building Cad Bane Lake Country. Like I
That's
was
awesome.
literally like, this seems like something I could try.
That's sick.
But yeah. But that Han 1 green player, he also went down first game to that Han pilot deck
Yeah,
in the top 8. So props to him for like climbing back in 2 top 8 matches down the first game and win the next 2.
yeah,
That's no small feat, you know.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I mean, that Han Green deck is very strong too. So
yes.
that deck terrifies me to play against.
Yeah. It's a lot. But that's it. That's my PQ. So
Nice.
got to meet a lot of unplayable people in our Discord. I got to put some faces to names. That was
That's always
great
fun.
because I'm like, oh, you're that person. So that was really fun.
Nice. If you're
The
not in a
faces
Discord,
to
join our Discord. Link in the description. Uh,
Yes.
Before we move on to the next thing, there's one thing that I forgot to bring up about my PQ last week that I want to talk about because uh, I need to rail on these things and people need to not buy these. So my sleeves got kind of messed up like middle of the tournament.
Mhm.
And I was using the FFG or the GameGenic sleeves, and they just kind of like were getting chipped at the bottom because I've played them a lot. And I picked these up, which are heavy play curved sleeves because I had seen them online. And I was like, oh, this seems kind of interesting. Like like I've tried every other sleeve that you guys have. I hadn't actually tried these before, so I wanted to check them out. They have like curved edges, so they're a little bit easier to
What?
shuffle, but I had no joke, 7 of them split on me.
Oh.
Like every single game, at the end of every single game, I would have to swap at least one sleeve out.
That's crazy.
And I it was nuts. Like, dude, don't buy these.
Never buying
Moral of
those
the story.
again.
No,
Holy
these are
cow.
good, but these are bad. Don't buy these guys. They're not good sleeves.
There you
Wow.
go.
Like the
There you
shuffle,
go.
they shuffle okay. They feel great. I kind of like the curved edges. It's kind of cool, but not it.
Yeah. That's
I mean, it's
terrible.
certainly like inventive to try and make curved edges. I
Yeah,
don't know why.
they have cool products. Like they have a playmat that's like a flat, like it's kind of rigid playmat, and it kind of folds up, so it's a little bit easier to
Mhm.
like carry. And they have like a deck box and a token box that are magnetic, and they magnetize to like the sleeve or the playmat, which is kind of cool. So like they have some cool innovative products. This is just not one that I would ever buy again.
Yeah, that's
So,
Yeah.
brutal.
uh,
Yeah, they need
little
to go back to the
PSA
drawing
there.
board on that. Yep. Yeah, there you go. All right. Mike, you had an idea talking about some cards.
Yeah, I wanted to
Oh
Well,
yeah,
mostly because we didn't have that much else to talk about today, but
I should have been looking.
uh, yeah, look now.
I've
This
got two at
segment
least.
is called "What are your top 3 favorite cards from Jump to Lightspeed?" Nice catchy title there. Uh, and I think David, you should start so that I can look at
Yeah,
mine.
that's fine. Since I was just talking about it, it's easy to just like pull it up. But
Yeah.
where to go? Where to go? Where to go? Dogfight. Dogfight. Easily just my favorite. One cost green card, common attack with the unit, even if it's exhausted. That unit can't attack bases for this attack. Um, like I seriously think this card is going to appear in some big tournament winning deck at some point, and people are gonna see the light of like this thing because it's not just space units, it's ground units. It works with overwhelm. You can basically a lot of times like can be a pay one, remove a unit, basically, or trade unit uh with your opponent, right? Like there are situations it's not good, but it is very rare that there is no cases when I'm looking at the board where I say dogfight is not good here. Like 95% of the time I'm looking, I'm like, actually dogfight could work here. Sometimes you get value trades, sometimes you take out threats before they become worse. It's really great against aggro because you're just trying to take care of the board, and sometimes you can get 2-for-1 trades. Out of well, I guess not 2 for 1 because you're paying 2 cards, but you know what I mean. Like you get 1 unit taking out 2 units. I just love it. Like I literally look at decks. I saw someone posted an Anakin Data Vault deck in our Discord, and he's running 3 timelies, 3 dogfights.
That's
And
so
I'm like with
cool.
Anakin, that again more overwhelm and stuff. Like
Mhm.
that's pretty sick. So I think dogfight opens up lots of interesting plays. I've mentioned even just stuff. I've mentioned my cheer Data Vault deck, but being able to do dogfight with the Jedi lightsaber is also pretty sick because you get the -2/-2 if it's on a force unit. So you could essentially kill multiple units without actually taking damage back in those scenarios. So dogfight, love that card, love it.
Nice.
That's awesome.
I'll do mine.
Yeah.
My first one is gonna be Chewbacca because he's just broken. I like cards that are like, yeah, your removal doesn't matter unless it's no glory, only results. You have to have that. Otherwise, you can't just cast a spell and kill my thing. You gotta like take care of it the old fashioned way.
Hmm.
I dig it.
And you're a meta slave, so that
And it's a
checks out.
3 pilot. Like, I don't know. He's so good. You can't get waylaid. Hate that card. Waylay might be my least favorite card in the entire game,
In the entire
honestly.
game?
I hate that card. It's so
Oh my
stupid.
gosh.
It is kind of
Okay.
stupid. uh, it's yeah, that card is very efficient for what it does.
Yeah, so Chewbacca.
Nice, I like it.
Chewbacca.
All right, my first one is Iden Versio, the 4 cost 4/3 shielded unit that is also has piloting for 3, and when it attaches to a unit, you can give it a shield token, and it gives it +3/+3. Like so at one point I had like 4 or 5 decks built, and like more than half of them had 3 Idens in them.
Yeah.
Uh, she's just so fun. Like I think she is super flexible, being able to either play to the ground as a 4/3 shield, which is pretty good for 4, or the piloting. And it's not just when she is played as an upgrade; it's when she attaches to the unit. So you can
Mhm.
do really fun stuff with Corvus, which is her ship, and it lets you move a pilot unit or upgrade from one of the other things or on the ground to the ship when you play it. You can do like ECL Corvus while you already have an Iden on the board and hit something for 7 or 8 depending on your leader, and it gets the shield when you play it. So just lots of flexibility there. If you have like Survivor's Gauntlet, you can like bounce it around to like your ships every turn and just keep shielding up on everything. I think it's just super fun. And yeah, really really cool card.
I respect it.
I feel like you think about ECL
Yeah, way too
more
much.
than the average person. Just
Yeah,
just a thing.
it's that's true. That's true.
And Mahdi.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Mahdi. ECL Mahdi.
Uh,
Like,
every night when I go to bed, I just like, just
can we?
how can I
Can we?
ECL Mahdi more?
I think we made this.
Mahdi's your
Do we?
Roman Empire.
Yes.
Can we please make some merch for the store that has ECL Mahdi in it somewhere?
We'll have to figure it out. Yeah.
Something needs to just ECL Mahdi, and yeah.
Oh man.
If you can build me a great ECL Mahdi deck for regionals, I'll consider building.
Okay.
I'll consider it. Okay.
I'll do it.
Um.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Okay, my second one is the Invisible Hand. All right, this is a 6-cost green villain space unit, 6/6 separatist vehicle capital ship. When played, and when this unit completes an attack and survives, you may search the top 8 cards of your deck for a droid unit, reveal it, and draw it. If it costs 2 or less, you may play it for free. I love this. Like, I don't know how competitive it is, but just first of all, the theme is great, right?
Yeah.
All these like vulture droids just popping in because of Visible Hand. So obviously Vulture Droid is the 2-cost 2/2 that gets +1 for each other vultures. So that you don't have to do this with Vulture Droids, but gosh dang it, I've learned to love the vultures. Playing like a Dooku Yellow Premier deck, but also I hesitate to say this publicly because people listen to this that draft with me, but like I draft all the vultures in draft pods, and I'm just like, give me the vultures.
The extra stats add up.
There is a time in my draft at the PQ where I had four vulture droids in hand in my draft, and I like showed the guy
Wow.
next to me. I'm like, this is the dream. But I love Invisible Hand. I like the tricks you can do, like if you can sneak attack this in and you can get double proc and get multiple droids out. I like well, it used to work great with TDR before that got the ban. I like that it works with Dooku, because Dooku's already
Mhm.
green and this is Separatist, so you can get this out earlier. I played it against you guys on webcam streaming here a couple times,
Yep.
and it's just a 6/6. Like it hits hard, it's strong. You build your deck right, like you should be getting multiple stuff free every time. So I mean, we love Vader at 7 cost. He obviously ambushes, which is pretty strong.
Yeah.
But he's pulling out something for 3. I like this. I like the card a lot. Opens up a lot of cool decks.
I dig it.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
My number 2 is an obvious one as well, but I specifically really like the prestige version because I have 3 of them,
Ooh.
and that is the Millennium Falcon. Like, it's just so good. I love that card. I love that it's the Falcon. I love that it's good, and it has a really cool ability where you can put, like, Chewbacca and Han on the Falcon, and it's really good together, you know what I mean? I just like I mean, the card is gorgeous too. Yeah,
That's true.
Falcon. Really good. Get
I
out and push.
I should have said this. I actually did buy 3 Prestige Invisible Hands because they were like $4 or
So
something.
cheap.
Nice.
Some of these
Like
are so dirt cheap.
it
Yeah.
feels so good dropping that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Falcon.
Falcon's a good choice. You play that card a lot, so that makes a lot of
I
sense
do.
too.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
Just like living the dream and just like having like 3 pilots on it if you have R2, like is so fun.
Yes,
And so much
100%.
damage. That's awesome.
Yep.
All right, my second one is Darth Vader. The 6-cost 7/7, but also pilots for 3 resources and gives it +3/+3. And a sick on attack ability, you can deal 1 damage to a unit. And if it's defeated this way, you can deal another damage to either a unit or a base. Uh, it just feels so fun to slap onto a ship and just like attack. He's so threatening when he hits the board. That like ping damage adds up so much, and if you're playing a leader that already likes to ping damage like Cad Bane or like I don't know, older stuff, then it's so strong and feels so good to play. Everybody and their mom is playing upgrade hate, so that makes me a little bit sad. Like the fact that he's just a vanilla 6-cost 7/7 on the ground makes it a little bit worse.
Mhm.
Because like I want to be playing this on a spaceship, but sometimes you just need a 6-cost 7/7 that has the force trait, and you're chilling. So, I've enjoyed playing this in Ventress as well with like Ventress Red, Ventress Tarkin Town. You're like already pinging stuff, and so he can clean things up, and yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Hmm.
Yeah, going into the set, this was probably my like number one card I was gonna be hyped about. And he was really good with Django, and
Yeah.
now Django's gone, so he's not seeing nearly as much play. But
Yeah.
it's interesting too. He's a legendary. I feel like Chewbacca should have been a legendary, and Vader should
Mm-hmm.
have been a rare, probably or something, or just have two legendary pilots. Like
Yeah.
I
Or
guess we had Han.
give him some ability while he's in the ground arena.
Yeah, yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Just make him
Nice.
overwhelm even. Like that would be enough.
Yes, ECL 7-7 overwhelm.
Sounds fun.
Let's go.
That's
All
wild.
right.
He's still one of my favorite though. He's still like so fun to
Yeah,
like
he's cool.
when you play him and it works, it's super fun. That's why I like him.
Hyperspace looks really good.
Yes, another good great reason.
Mm.
All right, David, what's your third one?
Man, I really struggled with this third one. There's some
Me
cards
too.
I
There's so many good cards this set.
Yeah, this set is so fun. I think they like
Yeah.
knock this set out of the park. It's this is for sure the most fun I've had playing this game is in this set.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, there's like so many. I'm like, oh, I could do that one. Oh, I could do that one. But because I just came off of playing this card, I'll reference it again. But it's the Rebellious Hammerhead.
Nice.
6 cost red heroes, space units, a 5/7 rebel vehicle capital ship. When played, you may deal damage to a unit equal to the number of cards in your hand. So I mean, like this thing can do serious work if you build around it. There are, I mean, like Luke is what obviously still like the most expensive legendary in the game, right? Like it's comes in at 7, as a 6/7 that has restore 3, which is a huge deal. But at -3s or -6s, something depending on what's happened on the board. There are scenarios. It's not all the time. It's not as versatile, but there are scenarios that this common card at 6 does a similar thing in the right moment. It's not always. It's not as consistent. But the fact that there's this basically kind of popper, commoner version of something that hits pretty stinking hard, if you build around it and you build the right kind of draw to it, dust off your Cassians. Andor's having a
Oh
moment
yeah, that'd be
on Disney Plus.
fun.
So, maybe there's something there with all the new draw stuff that I was running. But I loved anytime I drew it on Saturday in that deck. Obviously, I was running Han 2, so I could play this at 5, which feels even better. But it did. I had so much fun with it that I was like, there's probably some other shells where this works. That maybe I should be running. I don't know, but I really enjoyed it, and I love Rebel capital ships. I hope Rebels, or I hope the good guys get the capital ship treatment at some point that Piet got.
That'd be cool.
But yeah, it's a fun one.
Nice. It's a good choice.
Cool. Now I have to pick, and I haven't picked one yet.
Hey, we can do some honorable mentions at the end, just in
I
case
have to
it's.
pick a villain, I feel like, because I picked 2 heroes.
I'm picking 3
So-
villains, so you do you.
And it can't be a meta card, Jay.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
What card
Let's
sparks
do-
joy?
Let's do a neutral card that is like super generic, but it is meta.
I like it.
The Outer
Let's-
Rim Outlaws.
Those guys
Just
are.
a 3-cost 3/3 shielded. So sick how good these are for just being 3-cost 3/3 shielded.
There you go.
Put this in your Chewbacca deck, and it's turn to Village Protectors.
I like it, but
3/3.
stronger.
Yeah. Anakin, swing up to 5 health things without dying. All kinds of like this dude's just kind of sick in the right spot. It is Underworld too,
Mhm.
and Bounty
And
Hunter,
Bounty Hunter, yeah.
which are like
Yeah.
2 of the coolest tags for shenanigans. So yeah, I like this deck.
All right.
This dude.
He just
So-
synergizes with so many things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
So I was debating playing this with my Han 2 blue deck, because you could cheat him in at first
It's just
round, give him
2
2
cost
damage,
3/3?
and then put the shield
Ooh,
on.
that's cool. So it's just a
Oh,
shielded
okay.
3/1 on turn
yeah,
1.
so it's just
That's
a shielded
sick.
3/1 turn 1.
That's cool.
But it just competed for a lot of like spots. So
Mhm.
but between that and what's the Phantom that has
Oh, it
grit?
has
It's
grit.
a 3/3 or whatever. I was like,
It becomes
I was
a
like, maybe,
5/1.
I was like, maybe there's an aggro version where I'm just playing like
That sounds
3/1
awesome.
shielded, or like 5/1 in space like turn 1, and just go.
That
go
sounds
nuts.
sick. I mean, like
Maybe you guys can help me.
you can do
play it,
Cassian
figure it out.
too as like a 2-cost 3/3. Like you can be pretty aggressive. That's cool.
Yep, yep. So,
I
but
like
yeah, so
that.
I do like those guys. They're interesting.
That's fun. Sick. Okay, my last one, and you may sense a theme here now. It is the is Boba Fett, 5 cost, 5/4 shielded, or a pilot for 2. And when playing it as an upgrade, you can deal 1 damage to a unit. But if it's a transport, you can deal 2 instead, and it gives it +2/+3. So I love this guy. He's sick. He's great in ground. He's great on a ship. Being able to, if you're playing Cad Bane, you can like do the underworld ping with Cad Bane's ability and deal a damage or 2 from his ability. It's super fun, very cool, sequencing type of things. Like he's pretty simple, but like even just like a 5 cost, like 5/4 shielded, can be really good a lot of the
Yeah,
time.
Yeah.
Uh,
it's pretty
so
versatile.
yeah,
Yeah,
very versatile. I really love the flexibility that piloting gives you, and I think these 3 are my favorite pilots. So that's why they're my 3 top cards here.
and works really great in the Rio Durant shell
Yep,
because
super
transport
super
synergy.
good with Rio Durant. Yep.
Yeah.
The ever important Rio Durant consideration.
That's right. That's right. I haven't cracked it yet, but it's coming.
It's
Don't you
coming.
worry.
All right. What are some honorable mentions? What did you really want to pick but you didn't pick? I've got
I want
2 for sure that I want to bring up.
I want to pick It's a Trap just because my Star Wars Destiny roots
Uh huh.
make me
It's a
want to
trap.
call it out, but it's not. I don't think it's a very good card. So that's what I want to do, but I'm not going to.
Fair.
Yeah. Um. What else? What else could I pick? Um. I do love Commandeer.
Mm,
It's not as good
nasty card.
anymore after Django got the stinky boot, but just sometimes that card just spikes so hard if they play whatever. Like what did I played Jay on live stream and
Oh
he
yep.
basically had the game like he had it. It was it. And then he played a War Juggernaut and like there were like 4 things damaged or whatever and with this mace
And I
deck and
didn't even have to play that card.
Yeah,
I
no,
had other
it
options.
literally would have been better if you to just do nothing.
If he did nothing, he wins. But he played more Juggernaut. I commandeered it and readied it and hit him for lethal just to win the game. And like it was one of the greatest moments I've had in this game. Uh, and
That's
I just
awesome.
love that weird stuff with commandeer that you can pull off. So that's an honorable mention. So again, not it doesn't see as much play, but sometimes metas have that ebb and flow where oh, because Commandeer's around, we don't play certain things, and then it disappears, and then we start playing the things, and it kind of rocks back and forth. So,
Yeah,
uh, yeah. So who knows? Maybe there's an opportunity there, but I like it.
that's awesome.
Nice.
You got any,
Give me
Jay?
other ones. Oh, me? I mean, like all the cards in the set are good.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
uh, Ahsoka,
Mm,
Relentless Fire Spray. Like no one's playing that card, but it's so cool.
yeah, that's a really
Like,
cool card. Uh, okay,
That is a cool card.
my 2, and they go together, are Director Krennic and the shuttle ST-149. Uh,
yeah,
like if you can curve into like if you have them both at the beginning of the game and you can Krennic into the shuttle, it's so cool and fun. It feels so good to either steal your opponent's shield. Maybe they played a village protector and you get to, rip the shield from their village protector. Or like the amount of things that
Wing
you can
Leader.
just do with it. Yeah, wing leader stealing experience. I've done that before.
You did it
Uh
against me.
it's yeah,
Childish.
just like the ordering of stuff because you can shield the shuttle first and then move the shuttle that the shield gets to another guy that you have to like protect the guy that you already played, or you can steal from your opponent, or you can move it from like a guy that you have that already has a shield to the shuttle and now has 2 shields. I love the flexibility. I think it's so fun. And like Krennic into the shuttle, like the shuttle ST is just like a better uh 7 fleet defender at that point. It's like a 3/4 shield instead of a 3/2 shield on turn 2. So, uh, yeah, super strong card, really fun to play. I put this in a lot of decks.
It's a good card.
So, that's my
Good
honorable
card.
mention.
All right. We want to wrap that segment up, or
Let's
any
do it.
further thoughts?
Any cards you don't like in this set that you
Yes.
wish they didn't print?
Confiscate.
That's
I
set
am
one.
I am aware it's a set one card.
That's, yeah.
I
But
kind
for
of
the
don't
sake of
like.
this set, I wish that they hadn't printed it.
I kind of don't like that Cham exists.
Yeah, Chan makes it feel so bad to play ramp.
That's because you're a Han Solo meta slave.
It doesn't even have to be Han. Like I like playing
Just
Vader,
yeah,
and it's like it
it's
makes
they
those decks feel
the
really
the
bad.
Anakin
Hey,
decks always play it in their main deck and always play it on curve when you ramp. Every single
I
time they have it.
dude, I love Cham. Like I
Yeah, because you like doing stupid stuff.
okay, there was a funny moment. I was playing against Anakin Colossus, on no Anakin 30 at the PQ, and we were doing like identical things as Red Blue Hero,
Mm.
and like I pillaged her and she pillaged me. And next round, I like drew and I drew Cham and like one other card, and I was at 4 resources, and like she resources, and I said yeah, I'm not gonna resource, and she looked at me like, really? And I said, yeah, I'm just gonna Cham, and she's like, oh, okay. Like,
That's awesome.
yeah, it was like, oh, okay, good. I like because I got pillaged, so it was a pretty funny moment.
That's awesome.
Trash.
Nice. If they were going first and they could pillage you instead, that would have been even funnier.
Oh, that's game over. That's game over. 100%.
That's
Yeah.
funny. Do you have a card in mind, Jay, that you don't like, or yours was Cham?
I
I
would
guess.
go with Cham. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Someone in chat said sit on Ithano,
Ooh. Okay.
but I
Yeah.
think that guy's
Thanos kind
cool.
of mean,
I
but
think
I
he's
I
cool
like
though.
playing him, so
Yeah. I
I
think
like
like
that he exists.
yeah, I agree.
Early on, maybe I would have said Devastator, but now that TDR's gone,
Yeah, that's fair.
it's not nearly as
Or like
threatening.
War Juggernaut.
Yeah. One of those.
But those are only feel insane with not just TDR, but like
Yeah,
being
with
able to
Django.
Django just like having no cap, being able to tap everything down was insane.
Yeah.
So I don't think those things are too ridiculous now.
Yeah. Uh, yeah. I think.
Oh, Boshek is one that I meant to mention as
Oh,
one that I really like.
he's cool.
Like 2 costs, +1/+2, but draw 2. That's pretty sick.
Very strong.
I'm
Yeah.
looking through this list and I'm like, there's nothing I'm like, oh, I wish they didn't print that. Like, there's nothing on this. I'm like, oh, what do I do about that? I can't do anything about that, or that's broken. Like, I actually think it's pretty balanced.
Yeah.
Go back to the beginning of set 4 when Django existed.
Well,
Think-
yeah,
thinking
now that
that.
Django is gone, yes, yes, that's fair. That's fair. Um, yep.
Nice.
Will
Cool.
says Ahsoka. I think Ahsoka's fine.
Yeah. I don't like discard as a concept, an archetype, and it is annoying, but she's not that bad. She's understated for a 4 cost. It kind of is okay.
Yeah.
She is annoying.
Yeah.
But
okay. We got live questions or pack one, pick one.
okay, let's do pack one, pick one, and if you're
Mm.
watching in the audience, hit us with some questions and we'll answer at the end.
There
Yep.
we go. Okay, we got pack one, pick one. So if you have not drafted yet, this is our effort to talk you through how we think about draft, or if you have drafted, how to think about evaluating choices. So we're taking the first pack, and we are assuming we pre-selected before this that we have already drafted Piet,
And Ventress.
Ventress, of
So
course.
we know what we're playing.
Yeah, Okay, and then whatever the leader is in here are going to be your 3 leaders that you have drafted, and we will trench.
I thought it was your
Admiral
boy Rio, and I was gonna be like,
I was like, okay, we know what we're playing. Yeah, hyperspace.
Hyperspace.
we're
trench,
locked into
guys.
triple villain though, so that's a little unfortunate.
That is tragic. So that does limit choices. Okay, all right. So trench, Piet, Ventress. I don't like having 2 rare leaders. That's pretty bad.
That's tough.
All 3
So
colors.
honestly, it probably is.
No,
is
they're
Ventress?
they're all
They're-
common. Oh, Ventress
No,
is
they're
rare,
all,
yeah.
they're all rare, right? Isn't Piet rare? or
Piet's a common.
Oh,
I
Piet-
think.
No, Piet
no,
is rare.
Piet's rare.
I have
Vader's
literally
a common.
never opened a Piet in any draft in any box ever.
Oh,
I
wow.
had to get one from a friend.
That's
just
crazy.
To play Ventress.
I just picked 2 random ones. I didn't even.
Well, there you go. bad draft. Okay,
All right.
we've
Oh,
got
well,
Vulture Droid.
we know
Oh,
what
we're
David's
taking
pick
that.
is. Sorry,
Taking
Vulture
that.
Droid.
Yeah, we don't even need to
Don't
look at
even
the
look
pack.
at the rest.
We don't even need to look at the pack.
We
Okay,
already
we
talked
got
about this.
the Shadowed Hover Tank. This is pretty good.
That's
It's
a good card.
Yeah.
4-cost 5/3 Sentinel. That's real great. That you could deploy Ventress onto this too.
Yeah, that's fun.
So
And it
that's
has Sentinel, so they might have to hit it, and then you're great.
Two Vulture Droids.
Two Vulture
double
Droids.
Vulture Droid.
Whoa.
Did you
Okay.
stack this pack?
Yes, yeah. All right.
Ooh, that looks
another
pretty.
a hyperspace dedicated wing. It's great art. Too bad it sucks. But create 2 X-wing tokens.
I
We
mean,
got
we're
Red
never playing that card.
Squadron,
We're not
X-Wing,
playing
we
that
can't
card.
play a hero.
You can just skip past all the hero cards.
TIE Ambush Squadron. It's the ambush one play one feed. Create a TIE. Which is
Fine.
okay, but Piercing Shot. I got another good card in draft. People run this in Premiere sometimes too. It's the
Removal.
3-cost. Defeat all shields and deal 3.
I play it in Mace.
Munificent Frigate. It's a 5-cost.
That's a good Ventress ship right there.
Target.
Yeah.
It feels a little slow. It's like 4, 7, and 5, but
Yeah, but then you flip and you attack for like 8.
yeah.
Homestead
Militia, definitely draft chaff, but having a Sentinel at 6 sometimes wins games.
True.
Especially if you're going really heavy into space, you need something to answer.
Ooh,
Von Reg's Interceptor.
That's a good one.
Another one that works well with Ventress if she can hop on it, because then it gets overwhelmed.
Gets big.
And raid 1. So, not bad. We got the Astromech Pilot. I've never played this, and I don't know what it does.
I've also never played it.
When played as an upgrade, you may heal 2 damage from a unit. And
hey, there's Ventress synergy right there. You can ping with Ventress's ability and then play this onto the ship and heal it back.
It's easy, man. Game's too easy. Boshack.
Boshack.
That's cool.
Possible card draw. And legendary!
We're taking that.
You
Right?
passed that nonsense.
Nebula Ignition, everybody.
Unplayable coaster.
Unplayable coaster.
And your
Dagger
foil
Squadron.
Dagger Squadron pilot. Okay.
This is a
pretty mediocre.
Yeah, this is a pack.
Okay. So we got the double Vulture. We got the Shadowed Hover Tank. I think that's pretty interesting. The hero stuff is crap.
Yeah.
If we're thinking pack 1, pick 1. I mean,
it's a pretty bad pack.
It's pretty bad.
Let's be
Von
clear.
Reg tie, maybe.
I think Von Reg's tie is the most exciting card, probably to me.
But okay.
It's not in any of your leaders' colors.
Now we have. Okay, hold on a second though. We do have. This is a capital ship, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
We can
okay.
take that.
So
okay.
Ventress can play as a 4-cost 4/7.
I like where your head's at, and Piet can play it on 4.
A lot of what I've noticed in drafts in set 4 is most people aren't going for Piet.
Yeah.
So they're not thinking about capital ships. So you could collect all the capital ships and kind of go ham.
That's pretty good. You probably also get the card behind that from that pack too, the Sentinel, which
This
could
guy,
go.
yeah, the Homestead Militia.
That could go into Piet in theory. I don't hate that. That's cool. I like it.
Yeah, I'd probably take the blue ship.
The blue ship. Okay.
I like your
It's
reasoning
that
there.
or Von Reg's tie, but
Yeah.
not being any of your leaders being red is trash. So
yeah, this yellow would lock you in. I mean, you could keep Trench as an option.
it is draft.
Yeah, you're gonna mill yourself though.
Yeah.
Just get your restocks.
Okay, you guys are gonna think I'm joking, but I would possibly consider taking
a Vulture Droid. Yeah. I
as a pack 1 pick
They
1.
are good.
Like
They are
sometimes
good.
they just.
You
they're
got a
"What the
second
heck
one
do I
coming
do?"
around because no one else is taking it.
They will now that they know what my strategy is. But,
Yeah.
So mine would be Vulture or
the
maybe
frigate.
the blue. Maybe live the Piet dream.
I like the frigate because it synergizes well with both Ventress and Piet, and in either of those, it will feel like a bomb.
Okay.
Like being able to play a 5/7, right? Like
It's a 4/7.
Even a 4/7. Being able to play a 4/7 in space on turn 3, if your Piet is crazy, and flipping Ventress onto that is just like you're attacking for 8. Like that's huge because it can ping itself when it attacks.
Yep. Like the only thing that could kill this is like direct hit, right? It destroys a vehicle.
Yeah.
Like anything else, like how else is this getting removed?
Yeah, direct hit, or your opponent puts the there's that one upgrade that like makes your unit always kill. It gives a death touch or whatever.
Dorsal
But
turret.
Dorsal turret,
nobody's
yeah.
playing that. So
Yeah.
yeah, there are like
Yeah.
even the -5/-5 doesn't kill it. I think it like that ship is gonna stick around for a while. So
There you go.
that's it for me.
Alright, well, if you're in the market for some Nebula ignitions, guys, hit me up.
The next time somebody
Give me a
orders a
discount.
coaster on the website, also you can send them that.
That'd be funny. We
That
should
would
have
be
an option
funny.
where you just click, like, "Send me a coaster," and they get a
Yeah,
random
random
dead card
trash
from
legendary.
Mike's collection of legendaries.
Yep. That would be
Alright,
funny.
well, let's close out with some live, questions from the audience. We've got one from Handlebar. How quickly do you think Force Throw is getting banned?
Instantly.
Do you
Before like,
think
even sooner than instantly.
do you think it's gonna be banned at start of set 5? Like,
I have
preemptively ban it?
0 inside information about this. Like, literally 0, but I would put money on the fact that they pre-ban it.
Wow. That's crazy.
It just, like,
That's
every
crazy.
single card that we've seen has the word "force" printed on it.
Yeah, I know. I think
Like,
Force Throw is insane.
it will be in every single red deck that exists. Like, not even a question of whether or not you play this. The value that you get for one resource is supposed to be gated by the fact that in set 1, there weren't that many force units. And there weren't that many good force units in, like, those colors even. And now, like, you have choices now. It's like, which good force units do I want to put in my deck? And I mean, even in this set, that card's insane. And
Yeah.
in next set, it's going to be even worse.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, Force Throw is cracked. I think it will get banned. I don't know if they'll preemptively ban it or not, but it will be banned.
maybe everything else is just so broken
I
too that they don't
Yeah,
need to. I
maybe,
can't
maybe.
imagine a world where it doesn't get banned. It's just like for one resource, you're both probably killing something and removing a card from your opponent's hand.
Yep. Like, I know a lot of people were starting to run, like, salvages in their deck just to have a 0 cost
Yeah.
card to handle Quinlan and say, like, "Okay, yeah, you Force Throw." Like, discard salvage.
Yeah.
Part of me is like, "Okay, this is gonna be set 5, when set 7 drops, rotation hits. So, is it okay enough to give it a chance for
Maybe
set
they give it a
5 and
shot.
6
Maybe they give it a
metas?"
shot. I feel like it's just so warping. Like
Okay, if they don't ban it, what are the odds that like top 8 of Worlds 2 weeks later after release is like all Force Throw
all
decks?
4 star decks. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's true. Well, that would give them the data they want, right? So,
I mean, that
but
sounds miserable though. Like if
yeah,
every
like
single deck you're playing against at Worlds is a 4 star deck, like I don't want to live in that world.
you are making assumptions that like set 5 is gonna have such powerful like stuff
We've seen
We've
that
seen a
everything's gonna
lot
run
of
force.
good Force
all the
stuff.
Force
Like
stuff that they've
even
revealed is
just
good.
like today they revealed a 2 cost 2 for a Force unit. Like you're not that's not dying
They
turn
did.
1.
I missed that.
Yeah, like you're I don't know. I feel like when they're printing units that are like
Oh, wow,
above
yeah.
rate and have the force trait printed on them, like
Uh-huh.
Forcer is just silly.
Yeah, what's funny is obviously running Cheer It, like the reason people do Cheer It Tarkentown is
Oh
because
yeah.
Force Throw, you
Yeah,
get the early deploy, whatever. And for so long in like set 1 and 2 is like, okay, what do you want to run? What can you run turn 1 for force? And it was just that the two the
Guardian of the Wills.
that one.
yes, Guardian of the Wills, yeah, the 2/2/2 that like first upgrade is minus cost 1 less. But like 2/2s, especially in set 1 when everyone's just like ECLing super laser techs, it was like this is
Yeah, so
awful.
bad.
And so nobody ran it. It was like 2/2. But then I look at this, I'm like a 2 cost 2/4 with
With a good
force.
ability and the force trait,
Yeah, yeah.
like yeah.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
It probably gets suspended. But catch me
Two
playing some
things
Twin
about what you
Suns.
just said. One, they said every single leader this set is gonna have the Force. So we will literally be getting 18 new leaders with the Force trait for
Okay.
Force Throw.
Yeah.
Assuming, like every other set, we'll have a 4 flip leader. We'll have a 4 flip leader that has Force. Like that alone makes Force Throw insane. And two, since the beginning of the game, people have been building decks solely with the purpose of
Of
putting
playing
Force
Force Throw.
Throw,
Yeah.
like you said, Chirrut Tarkentown. Now Quinlan, people are deciding to put Grogu's in or not,
Mhm.
Ezra's in or not, just because they want to have Force Throw online. Like, card is warping.
Yeah,
It's so
the card is
good.
so good that like it is the reason to build an archetype.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Well, we'll see.
that's my thoughts on it. I think I vaguely remember in the Django suspension conversation that they like maybe they didn't hint at it, but like
They didn't say
se-
Force Throw.
no, not force throw, but they like said that they would be looking at cards like ahead of the next set too, right?
Yep.
So
Yeah.
Yep.
I
I feel like they were
I
winking,
take
so
that to mean
saying like
force throw
Force Throw.
personally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now that I've seen like how aggressive they were with Django and TDR and DJ, I'm like, yeah, maybe they will. Like before that, I was like, they're gonna wait. They're gonna wait.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, nah. Yeah, they seem pretty proactive on that.
And the
So,
meta is so much better for it. Like the fact that they were so quick to act and
Yeah.
they were proactive, like
oh, dude, yeah.
this meta is
100%.
awesome.
Yeah,
So
we're in a good meta again. Like we've
yeah,
been in a lot of good metas, and it's like
yeah,
this is
it's
this is sweet.
Feels
So
healthy. Feels like you can play a lot of different stuff.
yep.
yeah, like Han,
And
like country.
50% of them are gonna have Force Throw in
Yeah.
it.
There you go. All
So
right. I think that's it for us today. Make sure you hop in Discord, hit like and subscribe to this so you don't miss any of the content. And if you want even more content from us, hop in the members only club, unplayable.gg. I think you'll be surprised by how much content is in there already. So, anything else, you guys?
That's it.
that's it.
All right. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.